In this video, we're going to talk about how to avoid narcissists. Now, if you want to do this, there's something that you have to know, and there's certain things that you have to do, and there's certain things that you have to avoid. Now, if you want to avoid narcissists, you have to avoid certain things, like being in down times, which it's easier said than done. But even in your down times, which is alright to be there, you have to do the right things. You have to do the right things during those times and not get weak and make the wrong decisions. Because I know a lot of guy friends that I had in the past. On their down times, they got weak. They folded. They did all the wrong things. And they scurried off on a path to absolutely nowheres and made things so much more worse for themselves. So they're getting females that are much lesser of value than they really were. And I mean, these guys, their value, like, they could have got so much better. And now they're knocking up all these girls that are much lower than who they really are if they weren't in these like down times. And it's a shame and it's unfortunate, but these things will screw you up for the rest of your life because you could not handle the noise, you could not handle the music. And God will usually never throw anything your way that you cannot handle, but if you can handle it and you refuse to go through it, that's a big slap in the face to the creator of the universe. It really is. Because life is not all sunshine and rainbows. Whenever I went through my hardest things, I let that motivate me. I did the right things. I stayed motivated. I stayed up. I did all the right things times 10. And I mean, like, to the point of perfection, doing the right things. Because I was not letting nobody stop me from winning in life. No way. But yet these people that don't take that path, they want to take the easy way out because they want to have fun. They just believe life is all about fun. Yay, look at me all the time, smiling, happy, having fun, la la la. That's not what life is. And it's never going to be like that. Doesn't mean you can never have a time like that, but it's not always like that. You have to work. You have to take things serious to a certain extent. And being in positions like that is what's going to get you around lower quality people, which is going to give you lower quality experiences. You're going to be in the midst of a bunch of narcs, while the higher value people are up here in the spectrum when everybody else is down here floating around because they're the weak ones. Whenever you're weak, that's what you get. You build yourself up, you get better. And it might be harder to get better, but you have to stay up. You have to keep doing the right things. You can't come down here and stay down there. It's okay to fall. You have to get back up and come up. I got knocked down. I easily got back up. And I say easily because I easily made that decision to do so. It was simple, but it wasn't easy. I guess that's how I'd say it. Because it was simple to make that right decision. I'm easily going to make this right decision and do the right thing. But the process was not easy in itself. But there was nothing that ever told me I can't do this. I have to just fall back down and stay down here and accept a life that is not who I am. Hell no. That is the last thing that would ever happen to me. I refuse to let that happen. It would never happen. I'll die before that happens. And all you guys have to have the exact same mindset, because being down there is what's going to get you. Like I said, lower quality people, lower quality experiences, a lot of mental and emotional frustrations. And you can even have emotional frustrations when you're up. But you have to know how to deal with them. You have to know how to do the right things. So, and if you want to avoid narcissists, you have to get rid of your codependency issues. You have to be able to be independent. It doesn't mean you can't be in a relationship, but you have to have independence inside of you. You can't be dependent on your partner for happiness. You can't be dependent on other people for happiness. And like I said, I know guys and I know people like this on a day-to-day basis that I know. They literally hate being alone. They can't stand it. They need to talk to somebody at all times. They need somebody on the go at all times. And if they feel just like lost. Because they're lost within themselves. They need all these people to fill that void. They absolutely, desperately need it. Which you have codependency issues. You are in a much more vulnerable state to get in the mix with a narc if you were like this. And there's nothing you can do. Because it's just bound to happen. And even everybody that goes to school can be like this. Because you're almost forced to be codependent in school unless you're just like some loner that's like walking in the hallways by yourself. Which not too many people do that. Most people are in groups, most people are doing those things. And it teaches you to be codependent. After school, you're with your friends. And I'm not saying all these things are a bad thing, but all the time it just teaches you to be that way. And you can face problems later on in life because of this. I felt my best always in life whenever I felt the most freedom, rather than having to be somewhere, having to be around people I don't want to be around, not having my freedom irritated me so much. Toxic energy everywhere, not wanting to be here, can't focus on school, just in positions I did not want to be in. And when you get out of that, that's when life really begins. You don't want to be in those positions. Freedom is like my birthright. It's more important than money. It's more important than all those things. It's far more important than a relationship. A relationship is not the most important thing to me. Freedom and money is more important to me over a relationship, because if I don't have these two things, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing. What am I gonna do with a relationship if I have no money? How am I gonna start a family? How am I gonna do something like this? You can't. You have to get everything right first. And this just so happens to be the person I am. I was born for entrepreneurship. I was born for business. I was born for sports, for things like this. I like entrepreneurship. I like sports. I like business. I like all these things. I'm not an employee. There's nothing wrong with being an employee. But that's not who I am. And it's not because I'm doing these things because I think I'm cool. And because I look down on employees. It's not the truth at all. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not my way of life. It's not how I was created and designed as a person. Having my freedom and having my own rights and thinking my own thoughts, being creative within myself. This is who I am. That's not for everybody. Some people like are bad at that, and it's not a bad thing. But this is my strength. Those are the things that I'm good at. And I'm bad at being around certain people because it takes away all my creativity. I start to become somebody that I'm not. I start to act and behave in a way that it is not me. I feel slower around people. I feel stupid around a lot of people because some people are just so stupid that it makes you feel stupid. It's like a contagious effect. Energy is everything, and if you were around that, it can like get inside of you. And like I said, I am very empathic, and I can feel these things very strongly. That's how I'm like in school. Like no one was as irritated as me. I'm sweating, like just because of nothing. And like I just feel like I need to get up and just like burst. Like I just need to like use my energy right now. I need to get up and like sprint right now. That's how I felt, like in class. And like at the same time, like I felt like calm. Like I don't have a whole bunch of anxiety or nothing like this. I don't have ADHD where I'm just like fucking moving around, twitching all the time. It's not like that. It was just more like I don't belong here. And I can feel bad energy in this class. And I just need to get up and go for a run. Because that's what's going to make me feel good. I need to get out of here now. And the more you are in that, the more you want to get out. It might not be bad for a certain amount of time. But the more you do something that you don't want to do, the less you want to do it. The more you take breaks from things, the more you can hack something. It's like work for me. I can't work anywhere for any longer than like a month, 2 months working for somebody else at a job. But I can do it no problem for a month or 2 months. And it's actually a pretty good time. But with me, there comes a certain time where I have to stop because it's enough. I need my freedom, and now I feel like my freedom is threatened. I feel like a slave now. I feel like I'm showing up here now and I don't have my own rights to my life, and I can't make my own decisions right now. Because I have to be here, I have to keep going here all the time. And that's why school was absolute hell for me. Because that's an entire year. You're going there for an entire school year and you get 2 months off for summer, and it's right back into it again. And you do get breaks, like there's holidays during school, which is good, because if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for the weekends, if it wasn't for the long summers, there's no way I ever would have survived. It's like you get just enough breaks in school so you can make it through. And everybody hates it. Not everybody, but a lot of people do. Even a lot of people that did well in school, like, they did not like it. It's pointless. You go there to get a job. Why not just get training for the job? Why do you have to learn all this pointless stuff? And yeah, you usually learn like basics. How to read, how to write, math. You don't need to know anything about science. You don't need to know anything about social studies. There's just like certain things in school that's just pointless. You can literally learn everything you were taught from grade like 1 to 12 within 1 to 3 years. And I'm aiming for more 1 to 2 years. Like for real. So much time is wasted. Because the teacher's there for a reason. They need to make money too. That's the whole system. But everybody's being screwed over in school because they're being drug out when they could be becoming more successful as people a lot faster. We are screwing everybody over in life. The whole system does it. So, that's just my opinion, but and yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, I think. back to the topic though, like the title of this topic, how to avoid narcissists. I think I pretty much said everything that I need to on this topic. You just have to be, like, if you were in the right state of mind, if you were being yourself, you should have no problem with not being around these people. You should have no problem, because if you were sharp as a human being, they're not even going to want to come around you. These things happened to me. These things happened to me. Whenever I got sharp, whenever I got, like, at the best I ever was, I avoided so many of those situations. Because I was actually myself. And before that, I didn't fully feel like myself because I wasn't fully trying, because I wasn't fully taking life serious. So I was just sort of like on the down low. I still felt fine, but like just more susceptible of being involved with those types of people, and you can get drugged down there so fast. I've seen people change who they were, like this, going from like so many different types of groups of people, like a prep, a drug addict, like sports guy. You know what I mean? Like I know a guy that I went to high school with that literally did this. And it's unfortunate, but the last one that he landed on was the drug stuff, was the drug addicts. And he started to hang out with these types of people. And he's still like that to this day. And has a kid with one. And it's like before that, he's like preppy guy, sports guy. But then you get in the mix here, completely changes like that. Loses his looks, gets pale, starts doing a whole bunch of different stuff, experiment with a whole bunch of different stuff. Is just living that life totally, 100% of the time. And it's just crazy. Like, that shows you right there that you have to stay sharp as a human being if you want to avoid these people. That's what I do, and that's what I'm preaching to you guys. I don't preach anything on this channel that I'm not doing myself. That's something else too. But anyways, guys, that's enough for this video. I'm going to cut this one short, and I will be back tomorrow with some more videos. I hope you guys have a great rest of this day / evening, and I'll be back tomorrow. Until next time, peace out.